Next news. Breaking news from the White House.
Tonight, the media want you staring at an app download, but that's not the real story. The real story is that President Trump may be building the first large-scale wealth creation program for American children in generations. And almost nobody in the corporate press wants to admit just how big this could become. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent just called the economy resilience and prosperity. He said it's never been a better time to be an American and revealed that nearly 6 million kids are already signed up for Trump accounts. 6 million before the full July 4th launch. So ask yourself, is this just a program rollout or the beginning of a new era in America? You see, this matters because President Trump's doing something Republicans have talked about for years, but Washington rarely delivers, shifting the national conversation away from dependency and towards ownership. Not handouts, not another bloated entitlement, not another feel-good slogan from the left. This is savings, investing, tax-deferred growth, and a direct stake in America's future for the next generation. According to the Treasury, parents will be able to manage these accounts through that new app, contribute up to $5,000 a year, and for children born from 2025 through 2028, the government adds $1,000 to help them get started. And that's not welfare politics, that's pro-family wealth building. And look at the timing. As America marks its 250th year, the Trump administration's pairing a booming economy, lower expected energy costs, and long-term savings for children into one message: stop the theft, lower the burden, build wealth, and no wonder Democrats are going to panic if this catches fire. And while we're talking about securing America's future, there's another breaking story that Americans need to see right now. This breaking news on America's critical mineral supply chain, the SAGA metal story, just got stronger. Less than 48 hours ago, SAGA released new information suggesting its radar project may be sitting on one of the largest titanium and vanadium systems on the planet. SAGA Metals is trading as SAGMF in the United States and SAGA in Canada. And to understand the scale, you need to compare radar to China's Panxinhua deposit. Now, that's a state-linked system. It's valued in the multi-billion-dollar range and responsible for over 40% of global vanadium supply. So SAGA sits right in the center to compete with China, and that makes this a national security story, not just a mining headline. If America's serious about supply chain independence, projects like this matter. Check out the in-depth interview with the CEO I did on this topic just a few weekends ago, and check the exclusive briefing that is linked below, but it's only for Next News viewers. Now back to the Trump policy story that the legacy media are badly underplaying. See, here's the twist they don't want to discuss. Secretary Bessent didn't roll this out as some niche family perk. He compared Trump accounts to the GI Bill in terms of importance for young Americans. So think about that. He's talking about scale, reach, and long-term national impact. Then add the headline number, nearly 6 million children already signed up before the official July 4th go live. And suddenly, it's not just an app story, it is a mass enrollment ownership story. And that's exactly why we're going to pull up the tweets and show you what the administration is signaling in plain sight. So we have this. This is from the cabinet meeting. The secretary giving an update that the economy is booming with two words.
Resilience and prosperity. The continued resilience of the economy speaks for itself, even during the Iran conflict, and it speaks to the strength of your leadership. Pro-growth policies are creating conditions for American families and businesses to prosper. We're entering the second half of our 250th anniversary year with renewed optimism and momentum. It has never been a better time to be an American, and as you said earlier, we have a record number of Americans working. The economy that you are building is not only strong, but secure and resilient and better positioned to compete globally. Real GDP has risen 2.7% over the past 4 quarters, something that many economists said couldn't be done. In the first quarter of 2026, despite the Iran conflict, GDP grew at a 2% annual rate. The Atlanta Fed GDP now is predicting 4.3% for this quarter. In terms of prices, I believe the prices are transitory. Oil will be lower than pre-conflict levels when this ends. Natural gas is already down, as you mentioned. Drug and pharmaceutical prices, they are plummeting, and rent is down. We are more resilient to energy price fluctuations due to your energy dominance agenda, to regulatory efforts, and we have never sold so much energy to the rest of the world.
So that was from yesterday's cabinet meeting. And now we're going to check in on this mobile app for the Trump accounts officially launching today.
Mobile app for Trump accounts will officially launch today. It will be available in both Apple and Google app stores. Nearly 6 million families, have already signed up for the program, which will provide tax advantage saving accounts for children. The accounts are set to officially go live on July 4th, the 4th of July, Independence Day. Families who haven't yet enrolled can still do so at trumpaccounts.gov. Babies getting the big bucks, Todd. Who doesn't like that?
I love it. trumpaccounts.gov. That was the launch announcement. Now here's the practical place for parents. Rapid Response 47 breaks down how the app works. The tax-deferred setup, the $1,000 government contribution for eligible babies.
Happening today, an app for parents that will allow them to manage Trump accounts for their children will be available for download. The accounts will go live on the 4th of July. So far, the U.S. Treasury says 6 million kids are signed up for the savings accounts that offer tax-deferred growth, similar to an IRA. Parents can contribute up to $5,000 a year, and for kids born between 2025 through 2028, the government will contribute an extra $1,000.
Not a bad deal. So the sign-up push is on. The numbers keep climbing. Here's the White House putting its stamp on the official launch app. It's here. The Trump Accounts app has launched. Now every family has a simple, direct way to get involved and build their child's future. Download it today on any app store and make sure your kids are ready for the massive July 4th official launch. So this is directly from the White House account. The Trump Accounts app is now live. Sign up on the app stores nationwide. Sign up, invest, and monitor. Quite remarkable technology that the White House is rolling out. So it's here. And now we have this from the press briefing room today, where the Treasury Secretary highlighted the Trump account program.
So let's start out with Trump accounts. Trump accounts, I believe, are the most important benefit for young people since the GI Bill. Today, the app is now available on all major platforms, bringing the president's vision directly to American homes. Nearly 6 million American children have been signed up for Trump accounts, which will launch on July 4th. And I would encourage all of you to go to trumpaccount.gov to sign up. We had a historic tax filing season. We passed the largest tax cuts in American history.
So the Trump accounts are now live. Big news. So what this really means is very simple. The Trump administration is building an economic identity around American strength at every level. Bessent says GDP has risen 2.7% over the past 4 quarters despite conflict abroad. With the Atlanta Fed GDP now tracking 4.3% for this quarter, he says prices are transitory and energy costs should ease. Pair that with the historic tax cuts, a record number of Americans working, and now millions of children entering tax advantage savings accounts, and you can see the architecture. It's not random. It is a coherent America First formula, stronger growth, lower pressure on families, and ownership for the next generation. Democrats build careers promising dependence, and Trump is offering families a stake, and this is why this could become one of the most defining domestic victories of his second term. So the bottom line is this. The app's not a headline. The headline is that President Trump's trying to create millions of young Americans with a financial stake in this country's future. While his administration keeps pushing growth, energy relief, tax cuts, and prosperity at the same time, that is how you build a durable majority, and that's how you change a culture, and that's how you leave the failed ideas of the previous administration in the rearview mirror. The left will attack this. They'll sneer at the branding, question the funding, and pretend ownership is somehow dangerous when Trump is the one putting families first. But the American people can see what this is. Pro-family, pro-growth, pro-America. So if you think every parent in America should know about Trump accounts before July 4th, share this report right now. Subscribe to the channel and drop your answer below. Do you support giving American children a real ownership stake in their future? Yes or no? Make sure you text the words raw feed to 844-840-4963. That's how you get on our secret text message alert system. And check out the merch shelf down below. and celebrate America 250 with us.
The system controls information. Information control is power.
They don't want you to see
The
this.
truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.